How do we forgive? So this is a question for my postman. I have lots of interesting conversations with him, and I think it's a very common question, mainly because people feel so hurt in their relationships that they feel people let them down. He didn't say that, but I often get that's the sense that people are suffering from. And so here's some thoughts about how do you forgive. So when you believe in God, then you do not depend on anyone, and so you're not hurt by people as much. I feel like nowadays people depend on other people and they hang on every word and facial expression. For me, I'm constantly nice to people and people are really rude to me regularly. It's normal. It's not a big deal for me. It's like I'm here to serve you. And if you're rude to me, I actually feel sorry for you because there must be something wrong. And it's not even an insult. It's like I genuinely see society as being sick in so many ways that I feel sorry for people. I don't get hurt by people, not really. So then, if you are kind to people without expecting anything in return, forgiveness becomes a normal part of your life, and becomes. And also, not only that, does it become a forgiveness becomes like easy, when you forgive people and you're very free with people as if they're all your brothers and sisters, like you said, you start bringing people closer to you.
That's right. That's right.
And you get positive relationships. And I'm actually interested in what you said earlier on. Like there was a time when you didn't have many friends, and now you have loads of friends. Is that something to do with your attitude towards people, or your something to do with
Absolutely.
your life?
I've changed my paradigm completely. I mean, I've gone deeper into the Quran. I read. Uh, I'm reading more than ever. Uh, Looking for answers. Yeah, it's a constant game of trying to work out what to do, what's coming next.
Has your patience towards people changed because of the time between when you were more lonely and now you've got increasing numbers of friends? Is that something to do with Islam? Like, has
Yeah.
your
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I knew I was always different. I knew I was always different. I wasn't the person who would go. I mean, I used to play rugby a lot, but I was the sort of guy who I go and play, and I want to play the best that I could play. But then I wouldn't go and socialize and drink with the other guys, and they would think that was odd and strange, and therefore they looked upon me as strange, and they could not understand what it was that I was doing. I was trying to simply perform better than everybody else. So yeah, yeah. So I have been sort of um, left uh, by the wayside, so to speak. But since I've come to Islam, it's totally different. People are more accepting because they understand what I'm doing. Because I don't drink, because I don't smoke, because I don't gamble, because I don't go nightclubbing, and many other things. They don't see me as strange. They see me as quite normal and healthy. You know.
so I kind of see it. So now you've found a clearer direction of where you're going, or you found your place, as it were, because you're fine. Before you didn't want to drink, and now you found the people who don't want to drink, and so
Yeah,
you're
it
comfortable.
was a big it was a big struggle to live in that system, in that society,
Especially
where
Irish
everyone was doing.
society.
Oh,
Yeah,
I mean, my family were big drinkers,
yeah.
massive drinkers, and being a mining community, I grew up in a mining community. You were expected to be a big drinker. You know, if you couldn't drink 15 pints of lager on a Friday night, you were a wimp. So you had all these external pressures put on you. You
Mhm.
know, which people, unfortunately, it happens today still. You're expected to do those things. Uh,
Do you think you're more able to forgive people now or not?
oh, I've always been a forgiver, always been a forgiver, because I'm still that little boy in the Catholic Church.
Sure. Okay.
Who loved his creator. The creator that I love then is the same one. Is the same one that I love today.
So that
There's no
love for the
difference.
creator, does it make it easy to forgive people?
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm not perfect. I know I'm not perfect. My soul isn't clean, and neither is anybody else. Neither is anybody else's. And basically, all I'm trying to do is clean my soul so I can get closer to the Creator.
That's beautiful. I think that's something that I didn't put there at all, right? With the when you believe in God and you know God is watching you all the time, you're very aware of your own weaknesses, and
Oh yeah,
then you stop looking down on other people so much because
absolutely.
you
Yeah,
know you're weak, therefore they're weak, so you have to forgive them because it's crazy. Because if you're not going to forgive them, how can you forgive yourself?
absolutely, absolutely. I totally agree.
And also part of there's so many benefits of realizing God exists, and I say realizing because it's not like we have to. It's like it's not like I say realizing because some people think that it's just in our imagination that God exists. Like, of course, God exists. Like, this world is too complicated for God not to exist, but that's another story. But
Mm,
once you realize God exists, then then you also have this sense of connection between people. We're all from the same creator. And then you don't think of the other person as a stranger. When you think of people as strangers, and this is one of the biggest problems, we see everybody as a stranger and therefore an enemy in society, which is terrible. But when you believe in God, we're all children of God. This is the language of, the Quran and the Bible and all these different. We're
yeah,
all
yeah,
the
yeah,
same human family, and
yeah, yeah.
you don't make a tiny excuse to hate your brother or your sister. You make
Uh,
every
that,
excuse to like them.
that's massive what you just said there, because I truly believe Christians and Muslims have got to come together, because there's something dark and sinister coming into the world, and it's been here for a long time, and it's showing itself. And we've got to try and beat this darkness. So I'm hoping the Muslims and the Christians do come together and forget their differences to take on this evil that's with us.
And we shouldn't believe the media who are telling
Oh,
us that we are enemies. I will tell you, when I
no.
was in the Middle East, Christians and Muslims were very close. My best Eid, by the way, is the kind of Christmas for Muslims. My best Eid ever was hosted by a Christian family.
Yeah.
They held the Eid for us, and they did it brilliantly. So anyway, so that was beautiful. Thank you for that. Let's go on to another question. Again,